What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for episode 8 of our Madden 22 Philadelphia Eagles franchise rebuild, and we're going to start this video off with a little bye-week blues. We lost pretty much twice to the Jets in Week 13. A 1-win, 1-10 Jets worked us in both weeks, so we have decided, above all, before we do anything else, that we are at least giving the bye-week reps. He's staying, he's not going on vacation. You know, that probably kills Gardner Minshew. He looks like a guy that absolutely, in any job force, works for vacation. Like, I only have a job, I'm only employed not to provide for my family. I just want, you know, that 2 weeks of paid vacation. So he's going to be frustrated, but if he wants this job, he wants an opportunity, he's going to stay in Philly Week 14, get some reps from some receivers in, and he is going to start Week 15. Our logic is, you know, in Madden, there are certain players that are better than their ratings, kind of perceived. You know, you look at the base rate, we've had that time and time again, going back to like channel legends. You know, I just feel like at the end of the day, from the Tom Savages, we even had Mac Jones to a certain degree, Quez Watkins, players in Madden, for whatever reason, will play a lot better than their base overall, and I think it's at least worth to see for one game, to see if there's anything there with Gardner Minshew. If not, we are going to promptly return to Jalen Hurts, because at least with Jalen Hurts, because I mean, you knock the throw power for Jalen Hurts, which I have countless times that we've played, but he actually has +1 throw power over Gardner Minshew. But we'll see if there's any magic there with Minshew. Minshew magic, Minshew mania, whatever you want to call it. And then we can make our decision whether or not to go back to Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is younger. There's more upside. He can scramble. It's a little bit more conducive to our rushing attack. But I think we would just be doing our franchise a disservice, especially after Philadelphia traded for Gardner Minshew, not just seeing what the kid can do and seeing if he's one of those guys that just for whatever reason plays better than their record. You know, the fallout from the Jets is pretty bad. We have a couple players that do want to talk about the fallout from the Jets. The coach will hop in here for a second, talk about how he plans to finish this season out. But I also just want to again, every single time we do these videos, guys, I gotta thank you for the support. It's been crazy, crush likes. We're getting double upload this weekend. So if we can just keep hitting 1,000, I mean, I want to say 2,000 because almost all these videos are hitting 2,000. I feel it's a little too good to be true. It's only a matter of time till the wheels fall off. If we could hit 2,000, that would be insane. I would love to just hit 1,000 likes on this video. And we'll have another upload for the Eagles tomorrow. Halloween, I can't wait. One of my favorite holidays. Can't wait to go with the kiddo. But yeah, Week 14, bye-week blues. We have some things we need to take care of. But first, a message from our team captains and our coach.
I take responsibility for that. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to learn from it. We're going to be a better team from it. I believe that. I truly believe that. You know, you take you a deuce. You don't sit there and look at it. You flush it and move on. We're going to flush it and move on.
I don't get paid to play strings. I get paid to, sack the quarterback, play in the backfield, tackle. I don't get paid to play strings. We get a string all the time. Just get out of the stack and run to the football.
You know, the results aren't there right now, but what's going on here is that there's growth under the soil. I put a picture of a flower up, right, and it's coming through the ground, and the roots are growing out, and the roots are continuing to grow out. And everybody wants to see results. Shoot, nobody wants to see results more than us, right? We want to see results too. But it's really important that the foundation is being built and that the roots are growing out. And the only way the roots grow out every single day and they grow stronger and they grow better is if that we all water, we all fertilize, we all do our part. Each individual coach, each individual player, everybody in the building.
So are we gonna be flowers? Are we gonna blossom? We got a bad locker room right now, and again, it's just more compounding onto the idea that it's gonna be one and done. A Steve Wilkes-esque year from Sirianni. There's a reason why we took over as the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, not because we can do a better job than Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, but it's because there's a reason why these staff points have not been being spent on Mr. Sirianni. We've been working on player personnel, general managers, because guy's an idiot. I feel like that's the only way to put it, man. This guy feels like he's kind of an idiot. So who knows though? There's still a chance. We are one win away. like, we're probably 2 wins out of the playoffs, and there's still a lot of time left for us to make some ground, especially if MINSHEW Mania can run wild, and we can hit on something and close this season out. So we have some roster management that needs to happen. We have on the injury report, Brandon Brooks. I was thinking, oh my God, BG can come back. He's not ready to come back, but Brandon Brooks on the offensive line is ready to return off IR. So we're excited to have him come back into the starting lineup. We also have Kevon Wallace on the back end of the defense. Excited to get him back as he is a big-time playmaker. I'm excited to see if we can get Tyree Jackson back. An ultimate project at tight end, has 93 throw power. I'll tell you right now, the plan is absolutely not to move Tyree Jackson back to quarterback, but I do want to use him at tight end and see if we have a guy that can develop into our tight end 2 behind Dallas Goedert. So another thing I haven't really done yet, that if I was the GM of the Eagles right now, seeing how Howie Roseman's kind of handled things, I'm going to be looking at poaching some players. We have a couple roster spots open, especially since we traded Joe Flacco, and there are a couple guys here that, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if they're deserving of roster spots, and we can look and poach some, practice squad players from other teams. So I'm going to get rid of Brett Toth there. Nothing spectacular. Because Brandon Brooks is coming back, I think we could also get rid of Opeta on the offensive line. I mean, we could just throw him on the practice squad, actually. Let's do that. They must have expanded the practice squad spots. I think there's one. You can go up to like 50, something stupid. Goes really high. I'm thinking, keep those corners. We got Epps. We'll get rid of this guy, Shashir. Absolutely not. And there's identified a couple players for sure that are on practice squads that I want to bring on our team. The first one, we're going to look at the Arizona Cardinals, and they have James Wiggins, who was, I was shocked that he kind of went where he went. He was outstanding for the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'm going to bring him in for some much-needed depth in our secondary. I also want to look at a linebacker here on the Seattle Seahawks. They have Tanner Muse, who is a former decently high draft pick, I feel like, of the Vegas Raiders. Was safety at Clemson, got transitioned to linebacker. I think either way, yes, sign me up for that. We have on the Detroit Lions a player that I tend to try to get in almost every Madden. That's Emmanuel Hall. 67, but he's 6'3" with 9, absolute burner. I feel like, why not? I'd rather that be our depth than say, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. There's another wide receiver in Cleveland. I don't know how many spots we have left, because there's a Colt corner I like to. Actually, I'm going to grab the Colt corner here first because he's a rookie. Chris Wilcox, 6'2", out of BYU. Is a scheme fit, 93 speed, 92 acceleration. And hey, as long as we have Jonathan Gannon, who was the DB coach in Indianapolis before he got the DC job here in Philly, maybe there's something there. He fits the scheme a lot. And I don't know if we have another spot left. If we do, I like to show and flex a little Gator bias here and bring in Tyree Cleveland just for some bottom tier wide receiver depth. And that's really all I really want to do. That's all the brand new players I would like to bring in. I think in terms of upside, I would love to. I think Hall, Tanner Muse, James Wiggins all have opportunities depending on if there's injuries or stuff like that. But those are all prospects that I have genuinely been intrigued since they left the college game, and I'm very happy to bring them here to Philadelphia. We just got into the next week. Look, 2 players already hitting the ground running here, being on our squad. We have Emmanuel Hall, who got a skill point there. Excited to see what he can bring on the bottom end of the defense, plus 2 catching, but 6'3", 195, 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 81 catching, 95 jumping. This guy is insane. We got Tanner Muse, who's meshing well in the defense. Let's work on pass coverage, and he actually goes up a little bit there. 67 overall. Gotta have to, let's be honest, I'm going to go in there really quickly and modify that number. Can't have him wearing Donovan McNabb's number 5. Plus, that's just a pretty ridiculous number. Let's give you something a little more respectable. Let's give you like a 45. There you go, buddy. Even that, is that retired? Is that Bednaric's number? Either way. And then we got Quez Watkins. I'm not even worried about slot. You are a deep threat. I'm going to make you a deep threat, even though you do play in our slot. Plus 1 catching, plus 2 release, plus 2 spec catch for a player. Quez Watkins, man, he might sniff 1,000 yards this season. Who knows? Especially with a new man under center, maybe he develops into a favorite target for Gardner Minshew. Because you could say from the last couple games, obviously we had that huge game with Devontae Smith in the last episode, but I would argue that the safety net at wide receiver for Jalen Hurts might have been Jalen Reagor this year. Jalen Reagor was getting a lot more looks than Quez Watkins. Who knows if that dynamic is going to change with Gardner Minshew under center. Scouting, I don't know of any other quarterbacks, because that is now at this point, especially with the QB limbo that we have right now going on between Hurts and Minshew. Feels like quarterback is almost consensus where we should be going, and we still don't have any more. Oh, okay. We got Braxton McKee here. We had our third 100% scouted quarterback. This looks a little less than ideal for sure. Again, we always knew the throw power was going against him. He is the scrambler of the bunch there. A, throw accuracy mid. B, throw accuracy short. B, throw accuracy deep. B, throw on the run. A little underwhelming. You know, maybe. I don't know. He's still, you know, at least we got first, second round talent. But you know, I definitely want to see how Atkinson falls. I want to see how Evans falls. Want to get McLean in there as well. Same as Davis Sweet. But it looks like we're on pace to have almost all these top quarterbacks 100% scouted, which is going to be very good for us to make a decision on how to best spend these 3 first-round draft picks. But another thing would be, if we don't have a draft pick, then grab one of those quarterbacks. We're committing, and that you're seeing firsthand kind of what is good in a way with this brand new scouting system, because we are going so much and committing so many resources to those quarterbacks that if we can't draft the top quarterbacks and we're not happy with the remainder of the guys that are going to be available at our pick, we're kind of screwed, because we committed all of our time and resources for the most part to finding that quarterback spot out, and then we might have to get creative. I don't know. I have a couple plans for this offseason. I have a couple break glass in case of emergency. But I really would hope that we could just grab one of those top young quarterbacks. But we still have to be monitoring. Let's see right now, actually, out of the bye. How is that Dolphins? How is that Colts pick looking? Colts are currently 3rd. 7. Well, I mean, tied for 6 with the Dolphins. That'd be nice if they. But hey, top 3 pick there from the Colts. Could be, man. I feel like that's not bad. We can definitely use that. So let's focus on this week. MINSHEW Mania is about to run wild. How are we going to stop Mr. Heineke? What are they good at? Well, offensively, they actually look like they're pretty good on the inside run. So let's stop that. I wish I knew how do I go back? There we go. Let's see. Defensive game plan. How do we stop them? What are they good at defensively? Short throws. That definitely. I'll say that. Short throw, let's stick with that, because that definitely suits Gardner Minshew's style. Like game, all that stuff, definitely not want to, tack them deep with 85 throw power. So let's get through our training. Hopefully no injuries. We go into this game fully healthy, but if there is an injury or two, a knock, we did get a bunch of young players off practice squads that I think can contribute sooner than later. We have a couple upgrades here. It's Wilcox, another one of the players we poached. Young player out of BYU, great athlete, great length on the outside, and look at that. Big week from him, getting a lot better. I don't know if any of those players we signed, though, are going to drastically change our depth chart. Let's take a quick look there. Also, and maybe more so, to make sure that because we reactivated Brandon Brooks, that he is back in the starting lineup. Let's just see here. So we're going Minshew. Hurts will be his backup. We have Sanders, Gainwell, Boston Scott. No fullback, because that's how we roll. Absolutely need Quez Watkins over Greg Ward. We'll put Emmanuel Hall in for sure over JJ Arthega. Tight ends, we have Goddard, Togiai. I really can't wait for Tyree Jackson to get back for the last couple weeks just to see what the kid can do. Brandon Brooks, that's why we do it. Brandon Brooks has resumed his spot as the starting right guard. Him and Lane Johnson, dominant side on that left hand. We have Sweat, Derek Barnett, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargraves, Milto William. Linebacking core, we have Eric Wilson, Avery, Tanner Muse, Davion Taylor at middle linebacker. I think we actually probably should throw in Tanner Muse here. 65, he's better than Bradley. He's faster than... I like TJ Edwards, man, but he's just so slow. And it's even worse when, they're playing at Madden. I don't know if we can go Tanner... Can we go Tanner Muse right away? Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to give Tanner Muse a starting middle linebacker gig, because I have not been impressed by anything that Davion Taylor's doing. And in reality, actually... You know what we should do? I actually think this might be the better way to kind of set up our linebacking core. We're going to take Tanner Muse, and we're going to make him our starting right outside linebacker. And then I think we're going to move... I just think it's his more natural position. We're going to take Singleton and move in middle linebacker. I think that should help out just a little bit, potentially. I don't know. Secondary, Darius Slay, everything looks good there. We have free safety, Roddy McLeod. We're going to give Wiggins reps for sure over Marcus Epps. We got Kevon Wallace. don't think we got to go in and make sure Greg Ward. I switched that already. Greg Ward is not returning our kicks. To be honest, he's been very underwhelming. So let's get Jalen Reagor back there. A little bit more dynamic of a playmaker. We have Kenny G third down, Miles Sanders power back, Devontae Smith in the slot. Why did my depth chart change though? Why did so many things change? I still think, sure. I mean, hey, let's why not? Let's see. That's a different approach. We'll have Quez Watkins, Jalen Reagor on the outside, Devontae in the slot. I feel like at this point, if we're trying to set goals for like, you know, stats, I think getting Devontae 1,000 yards more than any of the other receivers is kind of what I want to do. So that's pretty good. All right, depth chart is set. Practice squad is set. Game plan is set. It is now time to try to go into Washington. Actually, they're coming here. Go into our own home field. Welcome Washington. Kick the crap out of Heineke and see what MINSHEW Mania can do.
This that Philly devil pulling up and I don't need a rental. Quick pitch to the outside. It's a house call C4 special. Take a check and we run it up. Got Quez heading up the sideline when it's do or die. We run it up. Ain't trying to flex, but it's high time that the eagle fly. Facing my city for Philly, we reppin'. It's all about green when we steppin'. I made up my mind at the day that I die, but they really gon' call me a legend. You know that it's now. The time is upon us. The chip on my shoulder is halfway to heaven. They X'ing us out for years, but tell them all how I turn the X to a weapon. This that free bird life. This that fly, eagle fly. We might tear it down and build it back just to show us by design. Hey, this that free bird life. We ain't go without a fight. So go tell Dallas, Washington, NY. Better watch they back cause I'm that Philly devil pulling up and I don't need a rental. Quick pitch to the outside. It's a house call C4 special. Take a check and we run it up. Got Quez heading up the sideline when it's do or die. We run it up. Ain't trying to flex, but it's high time that the eagle fly.
Here I am, kind of hoping those very frustrated comments from Fletcher Cox motivates this defense to be like, are we going to let Heineke work us? We just lost to the Jets. I don't know, like, what are we saying as a franchise if we lose to the Jets and then to a team led by Taylor Heineke? Oh, there's a nice little blitz there. Coming in is Eric Wilson, who actually has been fairly solid for us as a blitzer, weirdly enough. That's not his game. Running for his life. He's running for his life. But he made a good throw. 3rd and 12. Let's get off the field here. Let's go Derek Barnett. You got Ricky Seals-Jones. Pretty much he's a converted wide receiver. They're trying to... Come on, man. We're closing... No. Hey, Rodney McLeod! Holy, I think that is our first interception in, like... since I've been on the sticks in this series. And it's a veteran... Old man McLeod picks him off, gives Gardner Minshew actually pretty bad starting field position. That's a great turnover for the defense. Get the crowd into it. Get the momentum up. Look at Minshew, man. Hasn't missed. 2nd and 8. I don't think we're going to be able to get this just straight running it every time. Let's just go to Devontae Smith in the slot. 1st down. Quick throws is the name of the game here with Minshew. Getting the rhythms. Let's turn around. Can we turn around, Mr. Goddard? 3rd and 7. Yeah, not great starting field position, which sucked. Got a couple options here. And now that we're good. Punt. They might be able to stop me if 3rd and inches. They're clearly... Get there, Singleton! Oh my god, we had it! How are you getting pancaked by a running back? God damn, man. Oh, there we go. Hey, here we go. Little Darius Slay blitz. He can make plays too. Big play. Slay in the backfield. 2nd and 8. I do feel like we actually have a lot of our runs have been going to the left. I feel like now that we got Brandon Brooks back, probably should change that. Run behind Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks. It will connect with Atogiai. 3rd and 2. Let's do that. Let's do exactly that. Let's run behind the right side. Third, try to move the chains here. It's been a great defensive battle, but Miles Sanders just does that. I don't know if there's going to be many big plays here today, fellas. No, we had X. Literally, my third read was the only, like, we had Jalen Reagor. Went for Devontae, was covered. Went for Quez, was covered. By the time we got to Jalen Reagor, who was, that would have been a tough throw. Probably could have got there. Montez Sweat was all up in our grill. 2nd and 21. Just go right out in the backfield here, right in the flats. Miles Sanders, come on, baby. Give me 19. I think, again, like, I'm really intrigued to see if MINSHEW can run the slants. Was it a Jalen Hurts issue? Why we couldn't run the slants? But I think another situation here where let's just go with our best player, try to get the first down. Which, actually, not great blocking at all. 4th and 1. Kind of feel like we need to go for it here. Let's at least see what they're showing. I'm gonna trust my guys. Brandon Brooks is back. Throw a stiff arm, get the first down. We'll throw on the run there. Dallas Goedert, middle of the field. Aaron's finally in scoring range. That could have very easily been picked. What do we got? 4th and 3. Let's kick it. What's the wind? I think we have the wind with us. We do. It's 7 wind. Let's get on the board here. Elliott's only missed 1 kick all year. That looks perfect. It is up, and the Eagles are on the board. Here we go, Fletch. There we go, Fletch. They better double team Fletch with Scherf in the center. That's going to be all day. I think that's 10 sacks for Fletcher Cox on the year as well. He's motivated. Ooh. Oh! If 9 dives that have done nothing, and we get the highlight reel diving pick. Darius Slade, bullet a strike. I got to get a replay of that. So Josh Sweat getting pressure. He throws it into arguably quadruple coverage. And then Darius Slade takes it off of Terry McLaurin's plate. All right, we need a touchdown here. There we go. 2nd and 9. Get the Dallas Goedert. I'd like to see Devontae maybe block a little better there. He's a rookie. Gets a break. First down. Look at the legs. Look at the wheels. Look at the wheels on this guy. Who says he can't scramble like Jalen Hurts? I probably could have thrown that too, but I think Minshew's the kind of guy who needs to get hit a couple times to play his best football. Got to get rattled into a pocket. 3rd and 11. Let's be aggressive here. What's the point of just going to Minshew and playing scared? Right? We just, let's go. Devontae, make a play, buddy. There's nothing there. Take the check down. Maybe think about it. 4th and what? 4th and 4. Let's kick it. No blocks. It's up. It's good. You gotta feel with how good our defense is played, though. That's frustrating that we got 2 field goals to show for it. Third and 4. Come on, pressure him. Pressure him. I think if Hargrave pressures him, that's another sack. But defense gets a stop. I'm gonna tell you right, we're gonna be very aggressive. Minute 41. We need a touchdown this first half. Our defense has held their quarterback to 47 yards and 2 picks. We only have 6 points. Let's go, Minshew, get that. Oh my God, let's go, Minshew! Getting us right into field goal range. Worst case, Ontario. At least we're seeing Minshew can't scramble. Slant to Quez, and he can. Cheesy, man. This is so cheesy. So cheesy. Drive felt good. It's a huge hit from Holcomb. Yeah. Okay, we want to get them to use the middle of the field. Hopefully get in a situation where they can't clock it. Of course, man. They haven't done anything all game. They get the interception, and they just cut through our defense like butter. You know what they say, man. You play all Madden. All Madden things happen. Pick! Goal, big boy! Are you kidding me? Are you an athlete? Oh, Javon Hargrave, buddy. Oh, what happened, bud? You just pulled the Paul Walker Vin Diesel. I almost had you and you did it too soon. You hit the nos too soon. Look at this, man. Gone. If he maintains even remotely that pace, he's gone. And then out of nowhere, he pulls a fucking cramps. Oh, it's a great play of Vontae Maddox. And we can kick a field goal. Go up 9-0. It's great. It's phenomenal. All right, for our offense, I want to work on throwing it medium. Deep's not really going to work. And then defensively, let's just keep doing what we're doing. I guess defend the medium pass. And we get the ball to start the second half. I bet you they think we're going to start. This is the Jalen Reagor pass. He always gets open on this. So let's see if that can continue to remain true. And MINSHEW can hit him. Jalen Hurts can hit him. Give credit where credit's due. Jalen Hurts hits that pass. Oh, finally. Little bit of daylight for Miles Sanders. Needed that. Ooh, hoo-hoo. Fire on that one. 85 throw power, more like 95. It's an insane throw. That's an insane throw from MINSHEW. Gotta get a touchdown here, though. 2nd and 10. Goddard looks good just to make it a manageable third. I didn't like any of that. Let's throw it. Thank you, Landon Dickerson. That's the best play you've made your whole career so far in this rookie season. Need to be a little bit more decisive there for MINSHEW. Throw it away. He's trying to make plays, though. I respect that. 3rd and 20. Back-to-back insta-sack fumbles. Welcome to All Madden. Might be our least accurate kick, and it's still right down the middle. Hope you like field goals and good defense. This is horrific offensive football at this point. Oh, Fletcher Cox is furious. 2nd sack. I think he's up to 11 on the season. Is that Mr. Javon Hargrave getting involved? Oh, it's Eric Wilson. He might get himself a new contract. 6th sack of the game for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Eric Wilson is making plays. Maybe he wants to stay in Philadelphia. He could be a niche player for us. Singleton's coming on. Oh, let's go, Alex. All the linebackers that are in real life are absolute trash this season are showing up today. 4th and a mile. I think we go for the punt block here as well. Let's do this. Let's go, baby. And definitely not Rodney McLeod. Wiggins just signed. That's actually an outrageous punt. There we go. There's a wide open Dallas Goedert. Oh, Devontae lays out for it. 20-yard pass. Let's go, man. I think he is going to be pretty good in the slot. 70 yards on the day. Let's go. Oh, that is just a blown play. And Miles Sanders finally strikes pay dirt. I mean, maybe the bye week's all the Eagles needed. Team bonding, whatever. What happened? Did we have like a cruise like the Minnesota Vikings back in the day? Just brought the team closer to one another? Literally. Oh, come on, Javon. That's 2 times. I think Hargrave could have got 2 sacks here today. But we're setting up a, let's go nickel, 3rd and 4. I think he's going to want the big play here. Anything short, man, I think chewing the clock. Even if they get a first down, if it is short, sure, take more time off the clock. Singleton sniffs it out, though. A heat-seeking missile. They got to be in 4-down territory. They could kick a field goal. Yeah, they're going for it. All right, let's be aggressive here. I think they're gonna that's not a bite on the run. I think this could be a play action. We got Muse here. Get off his blocks. Oh, let's go, Javon Hargrave and Nelson get their turnover on downs. That's a bad drop by Jalen Rager. Needs to make that play. Good throw on time. Let him. Gong. Absolute gong. It's like a 70-yard punt. Oh, Hargrave gets there. Who is that? Is it like, look, that's Scary Terry. It's Sims. Sims does not make that play on Darius Slay. Scary Terry, sure. Curtis Samuel, maybe. Not wide receiver 3. Dude, that's a wobbler. That's cheesy. Ooh, Vontae Matt. Oh, Terrace. Another sack. I think that's 7 or 8 on the game. The 8th sack. This is one hell of a performance here from the Philadelphia Eagles. A sick catch. That was a sick catch. I'll give him that, I guess. Oh, garbage time or not? That's what kind of play we needed. I need a MINSHEW touchdown. I need to see if MINSHEW can get us a passing touchdown. Nope. It's new QB save fucking problems, man. I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one to evaluate. This is 100% I'm going to have to go with what you guys think. Like that, I mean, forcing it, end of the game. 50-50 pass, a little bit behind Goddard. Like, why can't I intercept the ball? I know that right now that's the biggest complaint from, like, the comp guys, is that user picks are brutal. But come on. I'm not a comp guy. What are these? I'm not playing against other comp guys. These are CPU layups. And there's Javon Hargrave, blew a hammy on that fumble return. Eric Wilson gets his 3rd sack of the game. He's Lawrence Taylor reincarnated. 7 tackles, 3 sacks. That's disgusting. A true reflection of MINSHEW. MINSHEW just operated the offense, but again, wasn't overly impressive. Defense, this was 100% a win on the defense. So the only thing I'm going to say just from this is I'm going to let you guys decide. Do we go back to MINSHEW for another week, or do we go back to Jalen Hurts to close out the season? We definitely saw today that MINSHEW is not one of those guys that's going to play a lot better than his rating. But it was still a strong performance, elite performance from the defense. MINSHEW went 14 of 25, 200 yards, no touchdowns, had that, garbage time interception. Just trying to be aggressive, trying to force a touchdown, which I guess, because the touchdowns weren't coming for him. And we had a couple bad drops there. 84 yards, a touchdown for Miles Sanders. We had 44 yards, Goddard, 70 yards for Devontae Smith, but still not really unlocking this passing offense. Defensively, though, Eric Wilson, insane. He might get Defensive Player of the Week there. 9 tackles, 3 TFLs, 3 sacks, 2 TFLs, 2 sacks for Fletch, 2 TFLs, a sack for Harris. We had a sack for Avonte Maddox, a sack for Darius Slay, as well as a diving interception, and a sack for Alex Singleton. We did shift around the linebackers a little bit. Don't know if that, the tinkering helped us out a little bit, but that's a great victory, and we're going to see maybe, just maybe with this victory, did we move back into 2nd place in the NFC East. 3 players coming to the victory do have some upgrades. Jake Elliott has a face in this? He's working on his accuracy. He has like, what, 98, 97 kick power at this point. I mean, I love it when you upgrade kickers too. It's never what you want it to be. Steven Nelson had a pretty solid game there. Let's just keep pumping into man. He's at that age where probably worth it just to give his rating the highest boost and not necessarily make him fit your defense. And then Fletcher Cox, who's been on fire. 2 TFLs, 2 sacks, up to a 92 overall. Block shed, hit power. He's angry. He's a big, pissed off, Pro Bowl type talent. And just like that, I don't know, we didn't move up in the standings, which is a little frustrating. But I guarantee, as we go into week 16, probably have a player of the week. And there you do it. Got to be Eric Wilson. That was an insane game. It was 9 tackles, 3 sacks, forced fumble for Eric Wilson. Gets himself the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Happy to see that. And as we close this out, we got actually Devin Bush coming back from injury, which is great considering how the linebackers have played. I think for sure we go back. Singleton played well that game, so we move Alex Singleton back to outside linebacker. We'll swap Muse there. We got Wilson. I actually think what we need to do before we do anything with that performance, I think Eric Wilson played himself into a new contract, or at least to open the negotiations. What are we looking for here? 3 years, 26 mil. You know he's 29. Keeps playing like that. Could be open for a dev trade. So there we go. Eric Wilson in 1 game. We've done that already. We've shown that we are very, very impartial and short-sighted. Derek Barnett got re-signed after he went up dev trade, had a good game. Same with Wilson. It's kind of how you have to do it. You're like, gamble at that production is going to stay at that level, especially now they reward them with a brand new contract. And look at that. We actually leapfrog football team 2nd place in the NFC East. Taking a look here at the playoff picture. Falcons are the 7 seed right now. I would be shocked that they're probably a 7-win team at this point. Let's just double check that. How many games out of the playoffs are we? The Falcons, 7-7 right now, is the last spot in the playoffs. We're only a game behind. So that's why it's more important than ever to make sure we hit and make the right decision on who needs to be our quarterback. I don't know. I feel personally, for me, I might just go back to Jalen Hurts because there wasn't the only appeal for MINSHEW for me was maybe he plays better than his rating. And I think I saw enough to be like, yeah, he's a 67 overall. Felt like it was difficult to play with him. But I'm putting Hurts there for now. I can definitely be persuaded in the comments, you guys, because MINSHEW didn't do enough to necessarily lose his job from that last game. That interception was nothing. So if you guys want to see MINSHEW Mania, well, I'll give you MINSHEW Mania. If you want to see go back to Jalen Hurts, we'll go back to Jalen Hurts. That's kind of where I'm sliding, but it's like 51-49 on which way I want to kind of go with this quarterback battle. So let me know that in the comment section below, and I will figure out just what we're supposed to do there at QB. Actually, I'm probably going to record the next episode. So I'm actually going to go Hurts. Here's what we'll do, though. I'll do you one better. Because I'm recording, today's Saturday. I'm recording Saturday and Sunday's video here on Fridays. Just I don't want to record Madden on Halloween. I'm going to go back to Hurts for week 16. And then I'll be able to recoup from this video's comments and tomorrow's video's comments for week 17 and 18, just how we should let the quarterback battle play out. So we got MINSHEW for a game. Let's see here in week 16 if that benching kind of kicked Jalen Hurts in the ass to unleash the offense a little bit more. Because his last game he did connect on the deep ball with Devontae Smith quite a bit. Maybe they're just starting to form a chemistry there. But for my franchise, I always want to look for your guys' opinion. I think we got to push Jalen Hurts back in. But again, I'll be reading through the comments, and we will figure out when we play the football team again in week 17 what you guys are kind of thinking for that quarterback spot. If you agree with me, or if you want to see MINSHEW Mania run wild. So thank you guys very much for watching today's video. Would love to hit 1,000 likes. If we can hit 2,000 likes, that just means you guys are savages. Subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. Trying to work our way up to 150,000 subscribers. Very, very close. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for week 16 against the New York Giants. Thanks for watching, and peace out.